Though it feels like a quiet preface to an exciting journey, Task's emotional finale offers both redemption and heartbreak. HBO's Task season finale, which premieres on October 19, 2025, concludes the gritty criminal drama set in Philadelphia and was created by Brad Ingelsby. It focuses on forgiveness, broken families, and the silent aftermath of disaster, demonstrating that not all endings require explosions to leave a lasting impact. Featuring Mark Ruffalo as the haunted FBI agent Tom Brandis, and directed with Ingelsby's trademark restraint, Episode 7 transitions from the penultimate installment's high-stakes woods fight to an intimate epilogue that ties loose ends while emphasizing emotional conclusion over spectacle. The episode is praised for developing character arcs, especially Fabien Frankel's portrayal of the cunning detective Anthony Grasso, whose visit to his sick sister lends layers of sympathy to his villainy. However, Vulture critics gave it a 3 out of 5-star rating for its thematic depth, noting that it veered into well-known prestige TV territory. Episode Synopsis: The disjointed task force faces the residual consequences of the Dark Hearts gang's heist betrayals and internal leaks in the HBO series finale of Task, which aired on October 19, 2025. While investigator Anthony Grasso, Fabien Frankel, seeks atonement in the midst of personal sorrow, FBI agent Tom Brandis, Mark Ruffalo, deals with professional reckoning and family alienation. Delivering emotional closure over explosive action, the episode switches to quiet reflection on forgiveness, social divisions, and the human cost of unbridled ambition in Philadelphia's working-class underbelly as loose ends from the robberies tie up in a final climax. Complete episode synopsis. Warning of spoilers: the episode begins immediately following the tense woods standoff in Episode 6, which revealed Grasso's secret connections to the gang and resulted in the death of Jimmy Navarro, Chris Messina, a task force member and Dark Hearts informant. Tom Brandis returns to his estranged family home after being beaten during the gunfight and troubled by his part in intensifying the conflict. Tom is forced to face his alcoholism and neglect after his daughters, Ellie, Ayo Edebiri, and Sarah, a recurrent teen role, confront him during a raw therapy-mandated session. Ellie's shocking revelation that she is expecting Jimmy's child humanizes the gang's cycle of poverty and bad decisions. Act 1, Accounting for Institutions. Cut to the FBI field office, where Sarah Shahi's character, Supervisory Agent Lena Vasquez, informs the remaining members of the task force about the extent of the heist. Laundered funds totaling $4.2 million were linked to Grasso's offshore accounts. Vasquez is questioned by a tough federal prosecutor and Grasso, who has been apprehended but not yet charged. Without completely absolving his corruption, flashbacks provide sad dimension to his journey by revealing his intentions, which include supporting experimental treatment for his dying sister Maria, guest star Melissa Leo, who is suffering terminal cancer. Personal demons in Act 2. During a quiet fight, Tom reveals the irreversible rifts in his marriage to his ex-wife Karen, Julianne Nicholson, at her diner job. The emotional center, meantime, is Grasso's visit with Maria in prison, invoking the episode's title phrase from 1 Kings 19 verse 12, a still small voice, as a metaphor for moral conscience. She begs him to confess. Grasso loses it and consents to be lenient in return for turning on the other Dark Hearts commanders. Act 3, Resolution and Convergence of Courthouses. At the Philadelphia courthouse, the story comes together for Jimmy's bail hearing, which was handled posthumously through estate claims. When Dark Hearts enforcer Rico, Michael Kelly, ambushes the proceedings, tensions rise. Tom bravely steps in and subdues Rico, suffering a slight wound in the process, repeating the turmoil of the pilot's armored truck but with a tired finality. Grasso remotely testifies, accusing Rico and concluding the breakup of the group. Tom turns down Vasquez's offer of a promotion in favor of a desk job in order to put his family's rehabilitation first. 3 months later, a montage depicts healing. Vasquez supervises the task force's dissolution. Grasso enters witness protection following Maria's quiet death. Tom attends AA meetings with his children and watches Ellie's ultrasound. With his badge thrown into the water, signifying liberation, the final shot lingers on Tom by the Schuylkill River, the scene of previous atrocities. A new armored car job in Atlantic City is hinted at in a post-credits tease, raising the possibility of a sequel. Important ideas and Easter eggs: justice versus forgiveness. resolution prioritizes personal atonement over neat arrests, in contrast to Mayor of Easttown. Hints: the river quotation is related to Ingelsby's theme of moral uncertainty. Kate Winslet's detective on a case file makes a Mayor appearance. Runtime and direction: Ingelsby directed this 58-minute film, which has a gloomy tone thanks to its cinematography that highlights Philadelphia's foggy winters.